I ask Allah, the All-Merciful, the All-Compassionate, to hear my pleas. Additionally, let it be known that He carefully blended a number of components known for their capacity to make us yearn for water as we humbly seek it. Because Allah is merciful and forgiving, He is praised. We were fortunate that the taste of salt, garlic, and onions made us thirsty and want to drink. I humbly offer this prayer in your august presence, O Allah. I humbly pray to the most gracious and kind God the following. The teacher's response has remained constant, and I will always be appreciative of that. A student might humbly ask for water after a filling meal, to which a teacher might solemnly respond, "Verily, we do not possess any blessed water resources to offer, as it is not within our means." I ask that you hear this meager remark in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. May Allah's grace and mercy make it possible in the eons to come. O Allah, we beg you to see that in that person's deeds, he did not receive the blessing of water. Bismillah. You know, God, that they both eventually passed out after that. God, may their search for you result in a spiritual awakening. We humbly ask for your blessings, merciful Allah, on those who have left our midst and are now, by your will, entering the sacred space of the classroom. May God be with them as they begin this journey of awakening and self-discovery. Give them the peace and knowledge that come from accepting your holy teachings, please. Please give me instructions on how to address the revered teacher, most merciful Allah, with my queries. I ask for their knowledge and insight in the name of Allah, and I ask that my words be adorned with humility and deference. I implore God to grant me your presence, abundant blessings, and constant guidance in the name of Allah, the most generous, the most merciful. God's name is Allah. Kind presence, please reveal the knowledge you have gathered. May the divine knowledge and deep insight of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, guide me along this holy path to understanding. I humbly ask Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, for His blessing and direction. God's name is Allah. O Allah, I humbly thank you for making the rivers of life a reality. I beg Allah to give me insight as I delve deep into this data. God's name is Allah. Most merciful and gracious one, please hear my prayer and pay attention to the plight of these weary and worn-out souls. To get through this trying time, they need your heavenly grace. Show them the way to strength and rebirth found in your infinite knowledge. I supplicate you, O Allah, in the name of Allah, the most merciful, with unwavering belief in your utmost goodness and compassion, and in total submission to your will. God's name is Allah. We worship you, O Allah, and ask for your guidance and favor. Because Allah is merciful and forgiving, He is praised. Glory belongs to Allah, the Almighty. The pupils made a simple yet profound observation. May God grant them the clarity they seek and answer their prayers for knowledge and understanding. We rely on the will of God and ask for mercy. O Allah, we implore you to acknowledge the importance of water in the ties of love and friendship. As we embark on the path of love and friendship, may we respectfully acknowledge the innumerable acts and occurrences that are bound up with this holy substance. I pray in the name of Allah. I pray that Allah, in His infinite wisdom, will grant us the understanding to recognize the inestimable value of these connections. God's name is Allah. I ask Allah, the most merciful of all, to grant me the ability to fully experience the Prophet's presence and quench my spiritual thirst. O merciful one, grant us the wisdom to recognize the holiness Sam represented in our dreams. In the name of Allah, may this truth be revealed to us so that we may recognize Sam for what it is. We implore Allah, the most merciful, the most generous, to bestow upon us the understanding necessary to fully comprehend and accept the significance of this divine revelation. God's name is Allah. I humbly ask Allah, the most gracious, to pardon me for ever doubting your omniscience. I humbly acknowledge your superior knowledge of the situation and beg your kindness to accept my lowly acknowledgement in the name of Allah, the most merciful. Please assist me in recognizing how accurately it captures Him in the sacred setting of virtuous love. We have been given an infinite and eternal love as a result of the Prophet's recurring dreams about him, and I implore you, O most merciful and gracious, to keep this in mind. In the name of God, I ask that He continue to shower His mercy and grace upon me and my close friend. Please pay attention to our prayer, O most merciful Allah. Peace be upon our discussion of the Prophet, who was handpicked by the All-Knowing and given the sacred responsibility of testifying to the wonders of the heavenly realm. I humbly pray for your divine guidance as I think about the holy teachings that the noble Prophet Sallallahu has imparted to us. I humbly pray to Allah, may He give me knowledge, to give me understanding of the 3 pillars of the radical Islamic faith. Bismillah. O Allah, the most merciful and compassionate, I ask to be in your presence so I may benefit from your unending knowledge and direction. At this holy time, I think with deep reverence about the fundamental faith that each and every person possesses. When do they finally relinquish control of their wills in faith that your predetermined course for them will be followed? Allah, my God. As I work to solve the puzzles of human aspiration, I ask Allah to grant me His blessings. God's name is Allah. My prayers are addressed to you, most merciful and compassionate Allah, in order to invoke your divine presence, knowledge, and illumination. I humbly submit that the answer I seek is not a positive one, but rather a negative one in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious, may His divine wisdom descend upon me, enlightening the way and giving me understanding. For Allah's kindness and mercy toward me, the most gracious and merciful, I am grateful. God's name is Allah. As Fajr approaches in the midst of Assad's rule, we implore Allah, the most merciful, to give us a vision that may come to pass with complete clarity. O Allah, enlighten for your devoted servant the nuances of their vision. May God hasten their journey to the holiness that has been dormant within them all along. I hope and pray that they will find the truth as a result of the omnipotent grace they have been given and the divine insight from above. I hope they will be motivated and educated as they learn about their journey. I humbly beg you, most gracious and merciful one, to please give meaning to these words, which at first glance appear to have no meaning. May they experience the consolation of your heavenly presence as they are transformed into a conduit for great wisdom and insight. Lord, please keep them safe as they go. Please, God, bless these as you look down. Prophet of compassion, we beseech you to give us divine wisdom and the courage to act upon it. We humbly implore you to grant us the benefit of your divine wisdom in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, since you have mentioned 3 possible variations. We are hoping that the words you speak will direct us in the right direction. We humbly request and implore divine intervention in the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. God's name is Allah. We humble ourselves before you, O Allah, knowing that only you are able to fill people's hearts with the dazzling beauty of Islam and make their lives happy.